Welcome to another one of my video blogs. I'm author and ghost historian Mike Ricksecker. What we're going to do with this one is follow up on the last video blog a little bit, which was about shadow people. I had a lot of great feedback about that, so I'm going to get into some of the different questions that you all had, and then we're going to get into a number of the writing projects and books and things like that that I have going on. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for the comments and feedback that they left about the Shadow People video blog. I had comments on the actual YouTube channel, on my Facebook group, on my actual Facebook main profile, the Facebook page, Twitter, all of that. Yeah, I'm out there in a number of different places, so I compiled all of that, and there were some great comments that I'm about to get into. I just want to say that keep those comments and questions and all of that coming in. One way for me to make this a great resource for you is for you to reach out to me and I can respond. A number of people have told me about their experiences with shadow people, the things that have happened to them, and I've been asked the question if I'm going to start a shadow people discussion group. That would be a great idea, to have a shadow person discussion group. It's not something I'm immediately looking into since my primary focus is not shadow people. I understand the possible need for it. It would be a great collaborative effort, for a lot of people to get together, talk about their experiences, see what different commonalities there may be. It's like I said, it's not my primary focus because there's so many different things that I'm doing between the writing, the investigating, the research that I do, the history that I get into for some of my different books. So, and then of course, the different books that I'm writing aren't always just paranormal. So to have a primary focus like that on shadow people is something that I'm probably not going to do just yet, although putting a discussion group together like that, maybe if I can set one up somewhere and just let people know about it and let it go, maybe that'd be a good idea, since people do have experiences, and I even had the ones that I described in the last video blog. But to actively maintain one at the moment, probably not. One of the questions I got was about shadow people, following a person from house to house. Somebody told me about their experiences with that, and that does happen. That happens actually with a number of different entities, not just shadow people, but it certainly can happen where you develop an attachment and something follows you around. So you do need to be careful of that, especially when you're doing paranormal investigations, that something doesn't follow you home. But yeah, that attachment can be developed and shadow people can follow you around. So if that does happen, then you need to reach out to the experts in your area if you're looking to have something done about that. What makes me a sleep paralysis expert? Well, I never claim to be a sleep paralysis expert. I'm just talking from my own experiences and things that I've read about what sleep paralysis is. And I've read a number of different scholarly articles, some different books on the actual sleep state and what happens when you develop sleep paralysis, and it just didn't match the things that happened to me as a child in those couple of cases. I have experienced actual sleep paralysis, and it is rather scary because you are conscious and you can't move, and I wasn't experiencing anything paranormal at the time. One of the times, I'll just say, I was sitting down like this, and I was so tired that day that I just crashed out, but I needed to be awake. So I went into this this bit of a sleep state where basically my eyes were closed, my body was shut down, but my consciousness was completely awake and aware of what was going on, and I couldn't move. So, and I really don't know how long I sat there, but basically I started with wiggling my toes and slowly moving up my body until I became fully awake. Now, I did have a instance, an occasion, a few weeks, maybe a month ago, something like that, where I had woken up from I don't know if I want to call it a nightmare, but it was a type of crazy dream, and I was trying to talk in this dream. But when I woke, my body wasn't completely awake yet, and like my arm wouldn't move. I'm picking it up, boom, boom, and it wasn't one of those where it's pins and needles asleep. It was still in sleep paralysis. And that one hasn't really happened to me all too often. The sitting there, it has happened to me twice, and that's it. So I've had a couple of experiences with sleep paralysis and the way it feels and the way my body has reacted, and I've never had anything paranormal going on at the time. I wasn't seeing shadow figures or anything like that. I didn't have shadow figures, trying to, cross my arms and run down the hall. None of that in those cases. So it doesn't make me a sleep paralysis expert, but I do have experience with actual sleep paralysis. Okay, I'm going to get into book updates and what is going on with my different writing projects. Campfire Tales of the Midwest, the ever elusive book based on real history of the Midwest, real ghost stories, but they are fictional tales. And this is a project that I've been working on with one of my publishers, Schiffer, for a couple of years now. And I know it keeps getting put off, but I do have a new deadline in November, and basically I'm polishing off some different stories and getting that taken care of. So I should meet that deadline, which would put it on pace to be released fall of next year, which is actually a good time anyway to be released in the fall. The Therapist, and people that have been following me know that is the psychological thriller that I'm working on that relates to therapist abuse. And that's a really, hot topic with me, Lynette's Law, the NAAEP, National Alliance Against Exploitation by Professionals, which is a new nonprofit that has formed out of Lynette's Law. And that is founded by Heather Sinclair. And so it's a hot topic for me, and because it has been so sensitive an issue, I'm having to rework the voice in the book. I made it too angry. Not only was the main character angry, but even my narrator was dropping the F-bomb left and right. And so it just it wasn't working for the type of book that it's supposed to be. So although I'm keeping a lot of the elements that are already established in it, I'm just reworking the voice. The voice was coming off way too angry. Like I said, even the narrator was dropping the F-bomb, and it just wasn't working out. So I'll be reworking that and then moving forward, because that is something that I really want to push for having completed by next year. And then of course there's my third Chase Michael DeBarlo book. I've continued to receive a lot of great feedback and reviews on Deadly Errors. System of the Dead was released last year, both on Kindle and in paperback. Some people didn't realize that it was also released in paperback, and it is. You can get that on my website. What's different about the paperback version of System of the Dead is there are some hidden codes in that. You don't get that in the Kindle version. And my third Chase Michael DeBarlo book, which has not yet been named, is in the works. It's been in the works for a little while. Because of a lot of the different things going on in my life, that has been kind of put on the back burner a little bit, but rest assured I will definitely pick that up and continue on with it, because I have a lot of fun writing mystery, and in this particular one it does pick up some of that paranormal as well. So it's been a lot of fun to write. I just have a lot of other projects going on as well. That's going to wrap it up for this video blog. Again, thank you for all the great feedback and comments, the stories that came in from different people about experiences that they've had with shadow people. We're going to pick up a different topic for next time. That may be, a topic that I get from you guys. It may be something I pick up. We'll see. We'll see what happens between now and then. But again, thank you for watching, and check out Lynette's Law. Lynette's Law from Maryland.com. The newly formed NAAEP. We'll have a website up for that soon. And then, of course, check out MikeRicksecker.com. I'm going to put it down here. And last time I spelled it, forget it. Just look and, go there. Go there, because I have a lot of great videos up there not just the video blogs, but Ghosts and Legends of Oklahoma. There's the episodes that I've been on for The Haunted. A lot of different great material out there, as well as all the books and a couple of free short stories. So go ahead and check that out, MikeRicksecker.com. And until next time, take care.